Russian President Vladimir Putin said the Il-76 plane that crashed near the border with Ukraine was shot down by Ukrainian air defenses, whether on purpose or by mistake. The death toll from Russian missile strikes on Ukraine's second-largest city Kharkiv earlier this week rose to 11, officials said. Putin said Russia's future ruling class should be made up of army veterans, and not weirdos who show their backsides. The remarks appeared to slam a raunchy, almost naked celebrity party held in Moscow last month that drew fierce public backlash. A court in Moscow on Friday extended the pretrial detention of Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich by 2 months, following his arrest last year on espionage charges. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced the creation of a new economic body to assist businesses in wartime after several entrepreneurs voiced outrage at the arrest of a prominent banker. In his nightly video address, Zelensky said the All-Ukraine Economic Platform would help businesses overcome the challenges posed by Russia's invasion. U.S. President Joe Biden criticized congressional Republicans for stalling military aid to Ukraine amid a lack of consensus on a separate deal to reinforce the U.S.-Mexico border. The chair of the U.S. Senate Foreign Relations Committee said Turkey needed to cooperate better on holding Russia accountable for its invasion of Ukraine following the U.S. government's approval of a $23 billion deal to sell F-16 warplanes to Ankara. The chief negotiator for Moldova's Russian-backed separatist Transnistria region announced that his team would no longer attend talks on the country's future in areas under government control because he feared arrest. The crash of a Russian plane with Ukrainian prisoners of war on board has once again shown how delicate the situation between the two countries that have been at war since February 2022 is. Russia says Kyiv downed the plane, which had 65 Ukrainian soldiers, in Belgorod, a Russian border town that has seen repeated Ukrainian shelling in recent months. Kyiv has slammed Russia for spreading propaganda, but has not ruled out its possible role in the downing. The incident comes at a time when Ukraine's troops are struggling to keep up the fight on the front line amid Russia's incremental advances. Russia, which suffered humiliating setbacks in 2022, has since retaken the battlefield momentum. Last year, Ukraine's top general said the counteroffensive, which began in June 2023, aimed at recapturing Russia-held territories in the south and east, had failed. Russia has made territorial gains in the east, capturing Mariinka and making advances towards Avdiivka and Kupiansk. With its huge losses on the battlefield, Ukraine's generals are calling for the mobilization of up to 5,000,000 soldiers, which would be hugely unpopular. Worse, the changing mood in Washington has sent an alarming message to Kyiv. Volodymyr Zelensky's government has vowed to uncover the truth behind the plane crash. If it has been downed by a Ukrainian missile, it would pose a political challenge to Mr. Zelensky. But a bigger problem he is facing is the future of the war. Until now, he has put up a brave face, saying Ukraine would fight until victory, which is recapturing all the territories Russia has taken. While Russia's annexation of Ukraine regions and its war are a violation of international laws, Ukraine does not seem to have a practical path towards victory. Israel's war on Gaza, which has the Biden administration's full support, has also distracted global attention from Ukraine. If Donald Trump, the U.S. Republican leader, is re-elected in November, he has vowed to end the war in days. Ukraine could come under heavy pressure. The war cannot be sustained without uninterrupted support from the U.S. and its NATO partners. When pressure increases on the battlefield, what Ukraine is doing is to carry out missile and drone attacks inside Russia. Ukraine's possession of advanced weapons, supplied by the West, has enhanced its firepower. Last week, a fuel export terminal on Russia's Baltic coast came under attack. There is suspicion, deep mistrust, and misinformation on both sides, which could lead to more violence and accidents. Russia, Ukraine, and NATO should take a more practical assessment of the progress of the war and be ready for talks, instead of continuing an endless war which is hurting all sides.